Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Today I'm doing another Deepika Padukone's inspired look. I don't know why I get so many requests asking me to do her looks. Probably because she's such a fashion icon and every look is so different. Talking of which, she recently won the HT India's Most Stylish Awards last week. And so many of you asked me to recreate her look. She looked absolutely stunning in that beautiful pink Kanchivaram sari, stunning jewelry, and the perfect kohl smudged liner kind of a look. And here it is. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you do, please don't forget to hit the like button and share my video. And if you haven't already subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. As always, I'm going to start with my brows. I'm going to pull her picture up and show you guys. She has dark brown eyebrows and not black. Although she has black hair in her brows, they've purposely made it dark brown because the eyes are so smoky and dark. You want to mellow down everything around the eyes. So taking the brown color from this Ardell Brow Defining Kit, I'm going to fill in the sparse areas. I have very thick black hair in my brows, so you might not be able to see the brown as much as you see in her brows, but I'm going to fill it with brown anyway. Using the Milani brow gel, this is a clear gel, I'm going to comb my brow hair just to keep it in place. And to clean up around my brows, I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer. I'm going to take it with this flat concealer brush from e.l.f. and I'm just going to go around my brows. To prime my lids, I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour primer for eyes, and I'm just going to apply it on my lids using my fingers. Using this translucent powder from Artistry, I'm just going to set over and above my crease and not on my lids because I will be using a black gel liner as a base again on my lids, and it becomes very difficult to apply the gel liner on the powder. So I'm just going to set over my crease. From my Sigma Nightlife palette, I'm taking this light brown color, and this is going to be my transition color. With my large blending brush from Sigma, which is E40, I'm going to use this in my crease. First, I'm going to take it in the outer corner, and with small circles, I will bring it down to the inner corner. Taking this dark brown color with another smaller blending brush, I'm going to start building my crease further. I'm going to use this in the outer and inner corners and join it through the crease. Although Deepika's pictures are not very clear, most of them are cell phone pictures, I did observe that she had a reddish brown color in her crease or something similar. So from my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, I'm taking the color Ada, which is kind of a reddish brown color, brick color. And I'm going to repeat the previous step. I'm going to take my Sigma E25, which is a flat blending brush, and I'm going to intensify the outer and inner corner and join it through the crease. Taking my Sigma E40 one more time, I'm just going to make sure everything is really well blended and there's no sharp lines or edges left. Next, I'm going to be taking some Maybelline black gel liner, and this will act as a base on my lids. I'm going to apply it with a flat shader brush, and I'm going to bring it all the way below my crease. I'm not going to go up to my crease. Using some black eyeshadow from the Sigma Nightlife palette, I'm going to set this base using another flat shader brush. If you apply the black eyeshadow directly without applying the gel liner base, it's not going to look as intense as this. And the key to this smudged eyeliner look is it has to look intense. So I would highly recommend using a base. Next, I'm taking my dispersed blending brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to make sure everything is well blended. And that's another key to this look. It has to be well blended, otherwise you'll start looking like a raccoon. Using the Lasting Finish Primer from Rimmel, I'm going to prime my face. Before that, make sure you've dusted out any fallout from the dark eyeshadows that you've used on your eyes. To neutralize all the dark circles and dark patches on my face and to color correct, I'm using the e.l.f. color corrector in orange. I'm going to blend this out with a damp beauty sponge and immediately set it with some translucent powder, and the one that I'm using today is from Artistry. If you don't set your color corrector and you use a foundation on top of this, the orange will mix with your foundation and your face will start looking orange. So anytime you use any color for that matter on your face, make sure you've set it with some powder before you use your foundation. If you look at Deepika Padukone's face, she doesn't have any harsh contouring going on, and I will not be contouring my face as well. But I have a rounder face than her. So to give it some structure, I'll be using two different shades of foundation. For the inner part of my face, which is the T-zone, I'm going to be using the Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Foundation from Maybelline, and this is in the color Sandy Beige. And for the outer part of my face, where I usually contour, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match in the number N7, which is Classic Tan, which is darker than my skin tone. Using a damp beauty sponge, I'm going to first blend out the lighter foundation and then the darker foundation, just so the foundations stay in their place but are still well blended. When you use the color corrector, make sure you always use a blending sponge to blend out your foundation and never a brush. A brush tends to pull the colors from inside and mix it with your foundation, so you always want to go with a sponge. To highlight the highest planes in my face, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Nude. Taking some translucent powder again, this is from Artistry. I'm going to set my under eye with the powder just so my concealer doesn't start settling and creasing in those fine lines. To set the rest of my face, I'm using the Smashbox pressed powder in number 5. Using a large powder brush, I'm going to press it gently inside my skin just so all the pores are also covered. Deepika certainly had a warmer tone to her face, so she had definitely used some bronzer. I will be using the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula to get some warmth into my face. At this point, I want to finish up my eye makeup and then come back to my face. But before that, I'll apply some translucent powder on the topmost point of my cheeks, just so in case there's any fallout from the black eyeshadows and the dark eyeshadows in general that I'll be using on my eyes, I can easily dust it off later. First, to tightline my waterline, I'm using the Maybelline Gel Liner in black and I'll be applying it with an eyeliner brush. If you look at her lower lash line, it had a smudged liner, but the liner very close to her waterline was pretty dark. And I'm going to go for the exact same look. So using a pencil brush, first I'm going to smudge out the gel liner that I used in my waterline in the lower lash line only. Next, using some black eyeshadow, I'm going to take my definer brush and I'm going to darken just below the waterline. Now that I'm done with the eyeshadow part, I'm dusting off all the translucent powder and I do see some fallout, so I'm glad I put that translucent powder on my cheeks. Next, I'm curling my lashes and applying some mascara. The one that I'm using today is Mega Length Mascara from Wet n Wild. And for lashes, I'm going to be using my favorite Ardell 203 lashes, and I'm going to be applying this off camera. Whenever you have dark smoky eyes, it's very hard to see the lashes, so make sure you get some thick lashes on. And 203 double ups are pretty thick, so I love these lashes, especially when I have dark smoky eyes. Deepika had a light flush of color on her cheeks, and for this I'm using So Shy from Sephora as my blush. And she definitely had a very highlighted face. So for that I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Mineral Pearls. I'm going to be applying it with a brush first and slowly push it in with my fingers to get that dewy look. And I'll be applying this on the highest planes of my face. On her lips, it was hard to figure out what she was wearing. Sometimes it looked like a brown nude, sometimes it looked like a peach nude, sometimes it looked like a pink nude. So I just went with a safer bet, and I'm using 4 from MAC. This is kind of a brown peach nude color. I guess her lipstick looked different under different lighting, and most of them were cell phone pictures, so it was really hard to figure out. First, I'm lining my lips with this Wet n Wild lip liner. It's a shade darker than my lipstick color, and then I'm going to fill in with my MAC lipstick. Her hair was very simple. She had center parted and had a simple knot in the back, and that's exactly what I'm doing as well. And her hair on top was not very tight, so I'm going to loosen it by pulling it a little bit. My beautiful Kanchipuram sari is very similar to hers. This was gifted by my aunt for my cousin's wedding recently, and this is again from Bangalore. And I combined 2 of my chokers to make it kind of look similar to what she was wearing. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and the way this look turned out. Comment below and let me know. Again, this was the most requested look from last week. To be honest with you, I really enjoy recreating looks of people. That's probably the most challenging form of makeup because you have to see somebody else in you. You have to study their look, what are they wearing, how do they behave in public, what is their personality like, and you almost become them when you recreate that look. It's like sketching a person in you, and I really enjoy that. Again, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in, for your love, for your support, for everything. I will see you again next week with brand new videos. Bye, guys.